Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I was sitting here working on some music. I'm working on a piece of music that I'm going to end up using as like background music for the videos I produce. And I wanted to demonstrate something that has kind of enabled me to just get up and running with recording super quickly. Now, all of you know, for the most part, all the drums I use in my productions are Toontrack Superior Drummer 3, and I love Superior Drummer. But something I've been playing around with, because I just know that all their samples and their drums sound so great, is the GGD stuff. And one in particular I've been kind of leaning towards just for the fact of quickness, to get up and running, so that that inspiration, that moment that I'm inspired to write a riff or that I have an idea, I can just get up and running quickly with inspiring drum tones. And I'm talking about GGD One Kit Wonder. It's super sick, it sounds super good, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's listen to a piece of the track, and yeah, then I'll dive into what I'm doing, or more importantly, what I don't have to do. Cool. Okay, so super simple riffs. Just like I said, it's going to be background music. It's going to be looping a lot. I don't want to draw away from the video, but that's not what this video is about. This particular video. These drums, the only downside I would say is that you have to use Contact Player. I'm not a huge fan of Contact Player, but if you've done any production in the past and you've wrapped your head around how it works, you're fine. So this is the interface. They did integrate their CPU scaling, which is nice. You can use these on machines that aren't so powerful. But the interface is clean, crisp, and to the point. So you have, if you click this mixer here, you have your overall levels for your particular drums: kick, snare, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, overheads, and room. Simple. If you hit this balance button, you can adjust how much of this particular piece of the kit you want to send to the overheads, the rooms, or reverb even. So this is a kick as an example. Let me just solo the drums. So I took out the kick in the overheads totally. No room. The same can be applied, like I said, to any of these other drums on the mixer. So if you hit the balance button, this is how much, this is the level to send the snare to the close mics, overhead mics, room mics, and the reverb. That's about all the control that you're provided with, because the point of this is to be, it's a simple kit that's supposed to sound good right out of the box, that you can drop into one of your projects and just get up and running very quickly. And I think that that's the case with this for sure. They also offer, let's get rid of that, a custom parallel compression and master EQ can be applied to the kit. And of course, I put it on because I want this kit. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am not super good at mixing drums because I just haven't had to do it. I've used Superior Drummer and easy drummer, and I've been spoiled. I haven't used real kits, and I'm lacking incredibly in that area. So the fact that I can drop this in, have parallel and master EQ already applied to the kit as a whole is nice. So we can listen to it as is, and then I'll turn it off and you'll be able to hear the difference. So you can hear that those are raw GGD drum sounds. They sound great, they're punchy, very articulate, but you know, they're not the finished, polished product. So you add in the parallel EQ, or the parallel compression, my mistake, and the master EQ, and you get a finished drum sound. It's as simple as that. Because of that is why I love it so much. If we go to the settings, you have a lot of the typical GGD settings, although much more condensed and stripped down. You can map your drums and you have far fewer articulations available to you, but again, this is a simple, stripped down version of GGD. Still plenty of hi-hat articulations to make it feel real. I feel like a lot of the hi-hat work kind of separates just basic boring programming to something that sounds a little more real, or as close to a real drummer as possible. And yes, they're samples. It's not going to be perfect. Some of us have to use samples. And then you can adjust your velocity curve here on a global scale or per drum. So, and as you can see, I did a little adjusting to the hi-hats, but you have your groove player that you can bring up if you have some GGD grooves. And that's it. It's super stripped down. Now, the example I played with all the instrumentation, I don't have any processing on it. I have it going right into my mix bus. I've gone over my mix bus before. Top-down mixing type of thing. I start tracking. I have this on my mix bus and I, mix into top-down mixing. I basically stole all these settings from Nolly. He has plenty of videos out there available to you to look up all the settings. I just took it and applied it to my tracks with my own personal tweaks. Some stuff I do exactly the same, some stuff I do depending on the track, on the type of the track. So this is all feeding right in, and not a ton of compression happening on the mix bus with the drums, because usually, again, something that I kind of learned from Nolly is the way he had his mixes set up feeding into the compressor. In the case of top-down mixing, he had about 1 dB reduction on the kick and 3 dB reduction on the snare. With this, since GGD One Kit Wonder is doing a lot of the processing already as far as EQ and compression goes on the kit, I just scaled it back. So you'll see that it's not doing a ton of compression. So it's not really getting to 3. It's hitting -3 a few times, but it's very, very light. And that's all I did. I dropped it in. I was playing around with Presonus Fat Channel on there, and I did add a little compression and EQ, just a touch of compression, hardly doing anything. And this passive EQ, and I liked how it sounded, but I wanted to demonstrate that you don't even need to do anything with it. So we'll listen to it as is in the track with nothing on, and then I'll turn this little bit of processing on, and you'll be able to determine, like, you don't necessarily need it. That's it. So if you're looking for a quick and dirty way to just get good sounding drums, throw it into your project and get up and running and recording while you're inspired, I would definitely recommend you check out GGD's One Kit Wonder. It's definitely something that I've been leaning towards more and more over the past few weeks, because when I'm inspired to write, I just want to get going. And I have my presets for Superior Drummer, and that's all fine and that's dandy, but it does take up a lot of CPU, and I am in a position where my computer is hand built. I put it together, it can handle it, but not everybody's in that situation. Especially with the CPU scaling, it's definitely something worth checking out. I know it's an affordable price right now, so I think I even got mine on sale for about 30 bucks, which is bonkers. So if you find yourself in a position to check it out, I would definitely do so. All appropriate links down below in the description, including links to my music. And if you dig what I'm putting down, hit subscribe and follow along. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. Special shout out to those of you that are supporting me on Patreon and here as YouTube members. I really, really appreciate you guys. You're honestly the best. It still blows me away that you guys are willing to part with a few bucks a month to support me and the channel and what we're doing over here. If you're looking for other ways to support me and what I'm doing on this channel, I do have music for sale on Bandcamp, and of course streaming everywhere music is streamed. And I do also have some merch for sale, so check the link in the description below to find out more information about that. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.